Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, March 25th, 2013. Just like that, it's the end of the third month. We're almost a quarter of the way through the year. Where is it going? I'm sitting downstairs in my, I don't even know if it's a room right now. I don't know if you can call it a room. You know, I'm so fucking sick of this bullshit. I swear to God, I'm ready to just give in to the insurance companies and just be like, you know what, dude? What do you want to stick in there? Recycled toothpicks all mashed together with some Elmer's glue? Yeah, fucking stick it in there. All right, you dicks. Like I didn't know you were going to do this to me the day I fucking got insurance from you guys.
You know, we reviewed your policy, and we actually found some areas.
They always fucking do that, goddammit. Fucking pussy-ass insurance adjuster, right? The guy comes here, you know, and he's all fucking smiles and rosy cheeks, throwing stripper glitter all over the fucking room. We're going to cover everything. Don't you worry about us here. We're going to fucking beep up, boo, right? And then what happens? When the hammer comes down, is he looking me in my eye? Is he standing in my living room with outside air blowing through his fucking hair because I have no fucking roof? No. How does he do it? He calls me up, leaves a fucking message. That's what he does. After coming over here like Chris fucking Kringle, he calls up, all right? Like some fucking college-age dude who doesn't know how to break up with his chick, so he just does it over the phone, right? Because he doesn't want to deal with the waterworks. He didn't want to see me break down and cry, you know, as he tells me that he reviewed my policy and, oh, wait a minute, I'm not as covered as I thought I was, you know? Then he'd see my bottom lip start quivering. He'd see my shoulders start shaking, right? He didn't want to be there for that ugly mess. It's bad enough when a broad starts crying. Forget about a grown man. Did I just say grown man? That's one of the expressions I can't stand the most in comedy. I'm a grown man. How many fucking... We know, we can see it. You have a beard, you asshole. This happened, and then this happened, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. You know, I'm a grown-ass man. Really has nothing to do with comedy. You know what it has to do with? You hear this? You hear that? That's plastic on the downstairs bed. Why do I have plastic on the bed? You're probably wondering, what's the matter, Bill? What are you, a bedwetter? Is that what it is, huh? The pressure of going out on stage starting to get to you? You're starting to pee? You're starting to piss the bed there, kid? Now, they got this fucking plastic down here because all the shit that was in the other room is now on the fucking bed. God knows what's in my hockey jerseys here. Probably some combination of asbestos with some, it's a little dusting of lead paint. You know what's overrated? Fucking worrying about lead paint. It's really fucking overrated. All this lead paint fucking removal. I guess when you're knocking down walls, you don't want to breathe this shit in. But other than that, if you got lead paint in your walls, it's in the walls. It's fucking in the walls, man. What's it going to do to you? What's up, lead paint? Fuck you got. I mean, what's it going to do to you? You can walk around licking your walls? How old are you? I guess if you have a kid, yeah, that makes sense. But if you're a grown-ass... I'm a grown-ass man! I'm not going to be fucking sticking my tongue into my goddamn walls. Even though I can stick my head through my fucking ceiling. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you, you really fall out of love with your house when you can see inside the fucking walls. And you just see all the shit that's covered up. You know what I mean? It's like when you're dating some hot broad and you're thinking you're starting to catch feelings. And then there's that one day where she just fucking answers the door and you see what she really looks like. That's right there. If you still got that tingle in your chest, you love that woman. All right? I got to tell you, the tingle's gone. Oh, guys, I had to work. Guys, oh my God, guys. I just had, it's another pet peeve of mine. People address audience as guys. Guys, just listen. Gee, Bill, what do you like? Oh, I don't know, having a fucking wall in between my rooms. That's something I enjoy. Oh, I am in a mood. So whatever. So this is my deal, right? I'm in this fucking mood. A man's home is his castle, right? And mine has a big battering fucking ram hole through the goddamn thing. So it's affecting my mood when I go out in public. All right? So here's the deal. I had 2 shows this weekend, one in Indianapolis and 2 in Minneapolis. It was a Minneapolis tour that I was on. What the fuck did I do? Oh, I know. So Thursday, I'm taking the red eye out. I did an episode of this show called The Kroll Show, starring Nick Kroll. And that dude is fucking out of his mind. He's absolutely hilarious. Had a great time all day, you know. We were shooting in this house that had walls and a roof. It was phenomenal. You know what was funny? It was actually where we were shooting was the home of the person who started the Cheesecake Factory, which I thought was really funny because I've trashed that place, I think, in all 3 of my specials. If I didn't do it in all 3 of my specials, I know I did it in at least 1, and I was thinking about it in the other 2 because I fucking hate that place. And but here's one. I actually thought that I thought a guy started it, right? But it's actually a lady. Can you believe that? Some woman started a restaurant that went national. I didn't think that they could do stuff like that. You know, I thought like when a woman started a restaurant, it was just like, you know, her husband paid for it, right? And it was right down there on Main Street. It wasn't making any money, but it kept her busy. You know, and everybody came in and bought her fucking gluten-free cupcakes, you know? Just keep her happy. No, this fucking, you should have seen this goddamn house. This thing was insane. And you know what you could tell? You could tell that it was one of many. She owns the Cheesecake Factory. Do you understand? For those of you who aren't in the United States, okay, if you sell cheesecake, selling cheesecake, the amount of fat fucks that are in this country, okay? And don't get too cocky, people in other countries. I'm coming around to you later, okay? Don't act like you don't have any fucking dirty laundry with all your racist fucking soccer fans. You ever see when they pan to the fucking crowd and it's half of the people in the stands have Hitler mustaches? They're the most racist, ugliest fucking white people you've ever seen in your life. You know? Why do I think they're all white? You know why? Because I fucking watch the Premier League every once in a while. You know? But I can't keep up with it because they changed their fucking jerseys. They don't have colors. Well, they don't stick with them. You'll have a team that's red and white, and then one day they'll show out with show up with like black and yellow jerseys, and they got fucking writing all over them, all like a stock car. I can't find them. It should just say Man United. It should just say Liverpool, Arsenal. Just have fucking that. You guys got everything. They should just run down the fucking pitch with a goddamn sandwich board on. You know, eat it, Aidens, mate. Get yourself a fucking pork chop. Plastic! It's fucking driving me nuts, dude. I swear to God. You know, if anybody wants to pull up my house, I swear to God, if somebody pulled up my house right now and offered me $40 for it, I would walk. It's all yours, buddy. Here's the keys. Kitchen's in the back, and go fuck yourself. That's it. Get my socks and underwear, a couple of T-shirts and some sweatpants, and that's it. I'd live in my Prius. So selling cheesecake. Selling cheesecake in America is like selling fish and chips in fucking Great Britain. I mean, do you realize how bad you have to fuck up that dish to not make any goddamn money? It's brilliant. She saw the market. She was sitting there going, you know what, there's a lot of fat fucks in this country. What do fat fucks like? Cake. I swear, I'm going to keep an eye on that relationship. I don't know who she is, but I swear to God, if that fucking piece of shit that she's married to, I love how I'm assuming that he's a piece of shit. Let's just say she married a piece of shit. If that dude goes to divorce her, all right, and he takes, you know, he basically does what every broad does to a fucking rich guy, I swear to God. What do you swear to God, Bill? What are you going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what? I'll probably have a 15-minute bit on that guy. On how horrific it is. What kind of a man are you that you would do that? And then secondly, after all these other men have been getting absolutely fucked in the ass in these divorce settlements, that you could switch to the other side like that and weaken our fucking position. Because then they'll have the example, well, what about the fucking douchebag who took all the money from the cheesecake lady? The cheesecake lady! I mean, people like Oreos and they like cake. What if we stuck them both in one? And what if we had people that we didn't really pay a lot of money? It was a factory. Just a factory of cheesecake. That really is a really not an appetizing name. Cheesecake Factory. Does that sound like there's any love in that cake? They're just pumping them out. People with fucking just dead eyes staring straight ahead. Getting carpal tunnel. Because their job's to put the cherry on top all fucking day long. You know? Get tennis elbow putting cherries on top of cakes. You couldn't even look your dad in the eye after that if you had that job. He'd look down at the floor, you know, all proud, talking about his whole family till he came to you. And what about Steven? What's Steven doing? Yeah, he's got a job down the road. Job down the road? Was he paving the roads? Mikey, you're getting all vague here. What's going on? And you know his friends already knew that his son put cherries on top of cakes all day. You know, and guys are dicks, and rather just getting right to it, they got to torture the guy. Down the road where? Down the road at the Cheesecake Factory? What does he do? Does he put the sprinkles on him? Come on, Mikey, we're just kidding. No, that's good. That's good. Hey, is one of his arms a lot bigger than the other one from lifting all those cherries all day long? Anyways, I'm sorry. I wanted to get to the point of this podcast here. The point of this podcast is to make you laugh and to fucking whore myself out so you'll come out to my shows. And I don't think I've been doing a very good job. So right now, I'm going to be deliberately funny for the next 9 seconds. All right? No. All right. Oh, my God, you guys. I have to tell you this story. So I'm flying. So I do an episode of Kroll's show. And always, working with Nick Kroll, you're guaranteed you're going to laugh your ass off all fucking day. Can I kiss the kid's ass? And I fucking love him. I think he's a fucking genius. So anyways, I go to the airport, and I'm taking the red eye. Taking this 10:55 flight, non-fucking stop, because that's how I do it. All right? I'm on a good plane. Why would I want to get off it and switch and roll the dice and get on another one? You know, let's just fucking get there. When I drive up to San Francisco, I don't pull over in fucking Burbank and then get into another car. We get it, Bill. All right. So I get on the fucking plane, right? I use my miles, bump myself up like a fancy person. You know, maybe I invented the Cheesecake Factory, people are thinking. And then they see how I'm dressed and they go, oh, no, he didn't invent the Cheesecake Factory. And I go to sit down in my seat, and I go to set my bag down. I was going to set it down right in front of me, and the nice fella sitting next to me goes, why don't you stick it in the middle? There's room. And he moved his bag out of the way. I'm like, all right, this guy's a solid dude or whatever. And then all of a sudden the waitress comes by, a stewardess, whatever. She comes by, flight attendant, whatever the fuck you're supposed to call them. She comes up, and she, can I get you gentlemen a drink? And I was like, yeah, let me get a water, please. Ice or no ice? However you make it. Stop acting like it's a fucking martini. It's all right. Just give me a water with ice. Thank you. And the guy next to me, he orders a Dewar's neat. No ice. No nothing. Just put it in there. So they bring our drinks, all right? And I'm really thirsty. So I start sucking mine down, and he just throws his back like it's nothing. Like fucking John Wayne. Right before he's going to turn around and beat up 3 guys. 3 mustachioed guys in the 1930s, right? So I'm just sitting there, and everybody's getting on the flight, you know, and I'm looking around at the passengers. You know, I'm fucking doing whatever I'm doing, and all of a sudden the guy next to me, Mr. Dewars, goes to me, he goes, excuse me, he goes, are you afraid to fly? And I looked at him, I was like, what? He goes, are you afraid to fly? And I go, no, I'm not. And he goes, all right, but you know, it's, he goes, it's okay, you know, it's okay to tell me if you're afraid to fly. And it's immediately getting weird. And I'm like, no, I'm not afraid to fly. And then I'm thinking in my head, wait, is he afraid to fly? And that's why he's drinking the way he just drank? And now he's hoping that I'm going to be afraid to fly, so he just wants to open up? That's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not afraid to fly. And he won't leave it alone. He goes, all right, because, you're fidgeting, you're looking around at other passengers. And I'm sitting there looking at it like, is this guy fucking serious? And I go, no. I'm not afraid to fly. So now I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to this guy for the rest of the flight. This guy's weird, man. It's like paint the picture. He's like 32-year-old, wiry, in shape, but like wiry white dude. He's got a scully cap on with fucking glasses. And, he goes, there's like a minute of silence and people are still getting on the plane. And then he goes, hey, sorry about that. Sorry. We just got off on the wrong foot. He's like, my name's so-and-so. He goes, what's your name? And then I'm thinking in my head, like, what's my name? My name's Frank. I wanted to give him like but for some reason I just went, it's Bill. And he goes, oh, hey, Bill. And he goes, nice to meet you. So we shake hands. And I'm just looking I don't have any poker face. I'm looking at the guy like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm not even trying I'm not trying to be pleasant. I'm already done with this guy. So then the guy goes, oh, hey, Bill. He goes, why are you going to Indianapolis, Bill? Right? Like he's fucking interrogating me. And I'm like, is this guy fucking serious? And I start doing the math in my head going, wait, is this guy like an air marshal or something? And I'm like, no, he's not. He's fucking slamming booze over here. Fuck this guy. So I just go, look, I don't have to answer your questions. That's it. And I just look straight forward. He goes, okay, now I'm concerned. Okay? I am concerned. And I'm looking at him like, concerned about what? He goes, you're fidgeting, you have issues with other passengers, and blah, 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 blah. He starts painting like this, like he's been, I don't know what the fuck, like psychologically breaking me down. All right, so now by this point, they've closed the door to the fuselage, and we're starting to taxi. And I just finally look at the guy, and I go, I came up with the fight. At one point, I literally stick my hand out because he kept saying I was nervous. And I stick my hand right in front of his face, and I hold it level. Oh, that's what I did the first time, yeah. I hold it level. I go, I'm not nervous. And he goes, well, anybody can do that. And that's when I was like, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to the guy. Sorry, fuck this story up. Then he came back, got my name. Now he's going, why are you going to Indianapolis? And I finally look at him. I say, listen, pal, I'm drinking waters. You're drinking doers. Okay? There's no issue over here. And then he goes, it wasn't doers. What she gave me wasn't doers. Really? What was it, some sort of spy juice? You fucking jerk off? This point, I want to punch him right through his fucking stupid wiry glasses. Right? So he's going like, you look around hostile. And I said something that just ticked him off. I was just, yeah, dude, I don't have to answer your questions. All right? Leave me alone. And then he starts going like, okay, now I am really concerned right now. He goes, why are you going to Indianapolis? And I just look at him. You know what I start doing? I start doing like this Ryan Gosling. You know that little smirk, that fucking Mona Lisa smile he has as he smirks his way through all his fucking movies? I go full on Ryan Gosling. Now I'm not talking to this guy, and I just keep looking at him. And I give him that little half a smirk, and I just shake my head. That's my game now. This is my game. It's like if you're going to be a dick right now with your fucking delusional authority, right? That you're going to, like we're in fucking Guantanamo and you're going to waterboard me. Huh? There's no water. There's no board. Go fuck yourself. Here's my smirk. And I'm just going to shake my head at you like you're a fucking pathetic human being. This is what I'm doing. Right? And this is the funny thing. I'm such a dick. All I have to say to the guy is I'm a comedian. I'm going to do a sold out show there. And that would make him back off. But I'm a dick. I'm like, fuck this guy. I want to see where this is going. So now he's all fucking amped up. And he starts dropping he's saying the F word. He's sitting there going, if you don't fucking answer my question right fucking now, I am going to hit that call button. We're sitting there taxiing down the fucking, getting in the line. I'm going to fucking hit this fucking button if you blah, 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 blah. And I'm just fucking Mona Lisa smile, smirking, just shaking my head like you are a fucking retard, right? So now he's saying the F word so much. The lady who's sitting in front of me, diagonally in front, right in front of him, turns around and looks at us. And now my heart's racing. I'm like, where's this going? This is going to be great. I am 100% fucking innocent. This guy's drunk, and I think he's going to hit that button. Oh, I got a feeling he's going to hit that button. What's going to happen, right? I want to see what the pilot looks like. Let's see where the fuck this is going, right? So he goes, if you don't fuck, he starts bringing his hand up to the button, going, I'm going to hit that button. You don't think I'll fucking do it? I'll hit that button. And I'm sitting there smirking at him, thinking in my head, go ahead, hit the fucking button. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, right? So finally, now he wants to hit the button, and he can't fucking find it. And it's in defense of him, I couldn't find it either. I was looking up there. I half wanted to hit it myself. Then he finally finds it, and he hits it. Boom, right? And now I'm just like, holy shit, what's going to happen? And he's sitting there going, yeah, huh? You want to fucking play this game? Huh? You want to fucking play this game? And I was surprised. I mean, it took like 30 seconds before a flight attendant, the one who gave him the booze, which evidently wasn't booze, comes over. And at this point, we're like doing that shit where we're behind a plane. We're almost ready to take off. Like we're pulling up and then stopping, pulling up and then stopping as planes are taking off. So she goes, yeah, what's the problem over here? And he goes, I'm not comfortable to fly with this guy. This guy, he's fidgeting. He's looking around at other fucking people, blah, 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 blah. He's doing all this thing, right? And then the stewardess looks at me, and I'm just sitting there fucking, my little smirk, just shaking my head. And I'm just looking at this dude, just shaking my head like this guy's out of his fucking mind. I don't say a word. And this guy goes on and on and on about his fucking psychobabble about how I'm this security risk. So she goes, okay, any other passengers? Have you noticed anything? She's talking to everybody first class at this point. Has anybody noticed anything odd about this guy? And the lady who was sitting right in front of the dude diagonally from me turns around. She goes, yeah, I've been listening to this guy berating this other passenger. She's on my side. And I haven't said a fucking word. This is great. And I'm just sitting there smirking. Then the stewardess looks at me, and I shrug my shoulders like, I don't know what to tell you. So finally she said, sir, do you have anything to add to this? And I just said, look, I'm just a guy trying to go to Indianapolis. This guy over here, he starts slamming his doors. I kind of felt like a rat when I said that. I go, he's slamming his doors. Next thing you know, he's dropping the F-bomb to me. Then I'm thinking, oh, fuck, I just said bomb, right? Fortunately, nothing happens. So now the male stewardess comes over, right? Now he's going like, what's going on? And the captain of the now at this point, we've pulled over and the plane has stopped. 250 people trying to get to Indianapolis, and jerk off over here who can't hold his fucking alcohol, who just watched Person of Interest I guess, evidently. I have no fucking idea. Now the plane is stopped. This fucking jerk off has stopped the plane, interrogating a goddamn comedian like I'm in the fucking Taliban and like he works for the CIA, right? So now we're just sitting there. And the captain is up front in the plane, like, saying to the stewardess, basically relaying, do I really have to fucking come back there? This is the last flight of the night. Is there really a goddamn problem? And that was the vibe. And they finally said to the douche sitting next to me, are you going to be okay to fly with him? And at that point, it appeased his fucking ego that he was somehow in control. And he goes like, you know what? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So they go, okay. So now the plane's going again. And now we fucking come around, and he's sitting there fucking, he's in my ear. And at this point, I am like the fucking laugh you hear me doing the podcast. That's what I'm doing. And he's sitting there going, he goes, you know what? I'm glad you, I hope you fucking do. I hope you fucking try something. I hope you fucking try something when we're up there. I really hope you fucking try something. And I'm just fucking like gut busting, laughing, shaking. Like, what are you going to fucking do to me? What are you going to do to me? Huh? You going to punch me in the face, you fucking wiry jackass? With your fucking glasses on? You know? That's a federal offense. You're going to go to jail if you do that or something. I don't know what, right? So I'm just sitting there fucking laughing at the guy going, I actually, at one point, I put my fucking little eye pillow thing on, you know, like I'm going to sleep. Oh, I had that out too when the stewardess was talking to me. I was like putting it on as this total mind fuck. Like, I don't know what this guy is. I'm just trying to go to Indianapolis. I'm going to sleep. And So I got my fucking eye thing on, right? As he's sitting there threatening me, I was going total passive aggressive. It's like, dude, I'm so not concerned with you. I'm literally putting a blindfold on. All right? So this fucking guy, he starts going. He goes, you think you fucking won this? You think you fucking won this? He goes, you know my dad is? My dad, he started saying his dad's some major CEO in Indianapolis. Doesn't it sound like a fucking made-up story? I swear to God, this is all true. He goes, my dad is a major CEO in Indianapolis, and I will have you fucking arrested. And the lady turns around again. I will have you fucking arrested the second we get on the ground. I'm thinking, like, for what? For what? Sitting here? You fucking loser. Learn how to hold your alcohol. All right? And he starts describing the view that I'm going to have when I go to jail, like some fucking Law and Order episode. Oh, you're going to love it. You'll be able to see Lucas Oil Field and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting there cracking up laughing. And then there's this pause, right? And I'm thinking, he finally shut the fuck up. It's like a 3-4 minute pause. He finally just gave up because I wasn't giving him anything. I was just laughing and shaking my head. I was being a dick to him. I was, because I was enjoying it. And then there was like a 3-minute pause. And then all of a sudden he just goes, why you going to Indianapolis, Bill? So we're like 20 minutes into the flight. And I got to be honest with you, my adrenaline was so going during all of that. Because I knew I didn't do anything wrong. But I thought we were literally going to go back. And there was going to be fucking cops there. And like if the fucking stewardess or the pilot asked me who I am and where I'm going, I'm going to tell them. I respect your authority. You're just you don't have any fucking authority. I don't have to answer your questions. It was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had with another human being. Like when somebody thinks that they have power and you know they don't. And all they can do is just keep bluffing and raising their voice and start cursing at you. And if you just start laughing at them, the look on their face is fucking priceless. So the last thing he said, why are you going to Indianapolis, Bill? Right? And I fucking started howling, just fucking holding my stomach, shaking my head. And with my fucking eye pillow thing on, right? And I know I'm going to get a ton of shit that I wear one of those. They're fucking underrated. Get the one at Brookstone where it's literally a pillow. I'm telling you, you could fall asleep 12 noon facing the sun. It's awesome. So anyways, like after he asked me what where you going, Bill? There was like a 10-minute, like probably 10 minutes had gone by, and I can't fucking sleep because it's so funny to me, and I can't wait to tell the story to every comic I know. I can't wait to try it on stage to see if it's funny or whatever. So finally I just like, fuck it. Maybe I'll just get on my computer. And I bring up my eye pillow and I got to look at the guy because I know he's fucking staring at me, waiting for me to do something, right? So I lift it up. I get my fucking Mona Lisa smile going and I look over at the guy and dude, he is fucking passed out. He looked like he got shot. He was sitting there like his head was just hanging straight down. And anytime the plane moved, like his head was, he looked like he got knocked out. And for the rest of the fucking flight, old fucking, what's Matt Damon's character's name? Jack Ryan. Old fucking Jack Ryan over here is just, the sky marshal. The fucking booze bag and God knows what else he was on. He was just completely out, passed out. For the rest of the fucking flight. And this is how much a dick I am. I was having so much fun with this guy. I can't sleep. So I start slamming waters. Because I want to have to get up and take a piss just to see if this guy's going to freak out. Because this security risk is getting up. And the joke was on me. He never regained consciousness. And then I really had to take a piss. But I'm such a stubborn fuck. I was holding it because I wanted to make sure he was awake when I got up. Because I was going to give him a little smirk, and then I was going to get up to see if he hit the call button again. But he didn't. He didn't wake up till we hit the ground. And then it's funny. Then he woke up, and it was like 4 hours later, so now he had kind of slept off whatever the fuck this guy was on. And I'm sitting there smirking, waiting for the guy to start talking to me. He won't look at me. And I think at that point he kind of fucking realized that maybe he got a little too patriotic. So we stop at the gate and everything, and we're going to get up. So I grab my shit, I get up, and I'm just kind of looking at him, and he won't look at me. And then the lady who was sitting in front of me had this big smile on her face. She goes, how you doing? And I went, good. I go, that was an interesting one. And I said it really loud so the guy heard, and he didn't say anything. And this is what he did to try to save face. His pillow was kind of stuck behind his shoulder in like a weird place. So he was frustrated with it. So he ripped it out from behind him and kind of threw it down on the floor and went, ugh, like he tried to do some caveman grunt to try to still have some sort of, I don't know what. So that was my flight to Indianapolis, people. You know what? How far into the fucking podcast are we? That was a long fucking story. That did not take me a half hour to tell that, did it? Bullshit. I was talking about the Cheesecake Factory lady. I gotta do a little advertising here. Hold on. Now, after the commercial break, this is what I'm doing because I have to retype in my password here. I'm going to tell you how I met Bert from Sesame Street, and I did not have a good experience with him either. All right, here we go. Stamps.com, everybody. You know the deal. Some small companies think that leasing a postage meter is how businesses get postage for their letters and packages, but they don't realize that there's a better way. Stamps.com. Unlike a postage meter, Stamps.com has no hidden fees like meter, ink charges, or reset fees, no long-term contracts, no extra hardware to buy or lease. Stamps.com can save you up to 80% compared to a postage meter. Plus, with Stamps.com, you can do more than you can with a meter. Sorry. Use your existing address book. Send tracking information to recipients with the click of a button. The choice is clear. Stamps.com offers more features at a fraction of the cost. I use Stamps.com to send out all my DVDs to all my gigs. It's an absolute dream. I love it. I love not having to go to the post office. I love being able to weigh it and put I can do it whenever I want. 2 a.m. If I feel like getting my DVDs ready to go, I can do it. It's awesome. Use my last name, Burr, B-U-R-R, for my special offer. No risk trial plus $110 bonus offer. Includes a digital scale and up to $55 in free postage. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Burr, B-U-R-R. That's Stamps.com. Enter Burr. All right, so the first gig I have of the weekend, I'm doing the Egyptian Theater in downtown Indianapolis. And basically, the Egyptian Theater is this beautiful place where they have 2 theaters. They got one big one and one small one. So I'm in the small one up on the 3rd floor. And on the big one is Elmo from Sesame Street with all like his superstar friends and all that. All the Cookie Monster, Big Bird, you know, all the usual like Ocean's 11 of Muppets, right? And so what was really cool was we actually had to walk by their backstage area. You know, if you took the stairs before we went upstairs to where we were at. So I went back. I'm walking by their backstage area, and there's Bert standing there, and there's the Count. He's sitting down like the makeup thing, and there's Big Bird and all these people that I recognize. So I take out my cell phone camera. I'm like, oh my God, there they are, and I'm like filming them and stuff. And all of a sudden, Bert starts waving at me. I'm like, hey, Bert, how you doing? I love you, brother. I'm thinking all this stuff, right? And he starts walking towards me with this big head. And I was like, oh, my God, he's coming over. I got to get a picture with this guy. And all of a sudden, Bert just starts tugging at the door, trying to slam it in my face. And then he couldn't get it closed. And then he just walked away, shrugging his shoulders. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? But evidently, they have a rule. You can't film them or take pictures of them because if the little kids see them without their heads on, or if somebody gets out of the Big Bird costume and they just see it hanging there with nobody in it, I guess it's really fucking traumatic. But I got the video of it that we're going to put up on the Monday Morning Podcast page. It's hilarious because now that you know the story, when you see Bert waving at me, you'll see how I confused his I thought he was waving hello, but he was waving like, no. No photos. And he came walking over. I actually got nervous with his big head. I think I say, holy crap, when he came up to me. I couldn't believe how big his fucking head was. And then he just starts tugging on the door, but the stopper wouldn't let him close it. Whatever. You know what it is? That's one of the ones you got to watch the video for that to be funny. Fucking Bert. What a cunt, you know? I thought that was just his character on the show. Evidently, he's like that off stage, too. All right, let's get on with the podcast here. By the way, people, if I'm going to read the emails for this week, and if you'd like to send an email to the Monday Morning Podcast, ask me questions, tell me to go fuck myself. The email is bill@themmpodcast.com, and whatever, send it to us, and if we like what you wrote, we do get a lot of them, so don't get offended if we don't get to yours, but, you know, your emails are 50% of this podcast. The other 50% is me running my mouth about my fucking life here. All right. First one of the week. Best man speech. Dear Bill, I'm going to be a best man at my friend's wedding in a few weeks, and I am absolutely shitting myself. What advice could you give to someone who is terrified of public speaking to not make a dick out of myself? Thank you, and go fuck yourself. All right. What advice would I give you? All right, dude. If you're this nervous, that means you're not going to be good. All right? Which means you're not going to want to remember your horrific speech. So what I would do is just start drinking, like, heavily. No, I'm fucking with you. What should you do? Well, the thing is, you're so busy focusing on how you don't want to go up there and do it that's probably what's causing you to not know what to say. All right? What I would do if I was you is I would sit down and just write down what you would like to say to your buddy who's getting married. Like if you were at a bar, what you would say to him if there wasn't a bunch of people looking. You know? You say, listen, man, I think it's great. You found this girl. I'm really happy for you. You know, I love you, man. Like whatever the fuck you want to say. And then just have that down. And this is the bottom line. Like, it's just a bunch of a crowd is just a bunch of individuals. They're not organized. They're not a union. You know, you didn't, take the last morsels of food and they just found out that they're all going to starve to death. You're at a happy event. Everybody's excited. Everybody wants you to do well. Do you know what you have to do to yourself to actually not do well in this? This gig, it's impossible to fuck it up unless you go out and fuck it up. All right? Don't overthink it. Just say what you'd love to say to the guy. You know? It's going to be fine. But I would try to do it stone sober. Because you don't want to be all slurring all, you know. This is a pressure gig. You know why, dude? Because he's only going to get married once, hopefully. So if you fuck this up, you're going to get a nickname out of this. Or every time you guys go drinking, they're going to fucking talk about how you fucked it up. So I guess that's why you're nervous. And I probably should have brought that up because I probably just made you more nervous. All right? All right, you know what? Fucking stop being a pussy. Man up. You've done book reports before, right? Just fucking man up. Get mad at yourself for being such a fucking... There's people right now... They're getting tortured around the world. People who sew together sweaters at like 4 in the fucking morning. You know? And what do you have to do? You have to give a fucking speech about how much you like somebody in front of a bunch of people who want it to go well before you get to go to an open bar and start drinking? Huh? This is what makes you nervous? You, sir, need to grow a dick. All right? And a pair of fucking balls and get the goddamn job done. We here at the Monday Morning Podcast believe in you. Do not disappoint us. There you go. Now go out in the field and you make me proud. You make the school proud. You make your mommy and daddy proud. All right. Well-paid girlfriend. Chili Billy Burr, my girlfriend of 1 year, is about to graduate from a major university. Dude, you hit the lottery. Very nice. And became a type of bioscientist starting out at $80,000 a year. Holy shit, dude. Dude, there should be like ticker tape falling down around her fucking pussy. I'm sorry, that was disrespectful. This isn't some girl you just banged. This is your girlfriend. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, dude, you hit the lottery. You know, every time she walks in the house, you should just hear dum da 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 da. You just march around behind her. Da 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 da. My girlfriend's a shit. Da 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 da. With that type of career and her intelligence, her salary will only go up from there. I worked the front desk at a hotel in a small town. I'm not going to say the state. Making nowhere near that. Oh, God, here we go. Now, a bunch of women are getting mad right now. See that? You see that? They just can't handle it. Their egos cannot handle a fucking successful. This is why. You know why that is, ladies? Because you're basically doing our job. What would you do if one day your man came home and he was suddenly sexier than you and could actually give birth to a baby? Wouldn't you feel fucking useless at that point? You know? If a woman is making way more money than you are, I mean, all she has to do is just go to the gym with you and out bench press you, and then that's it. I mean, you're officially not even a man anymore. Like, this isn't really about the woman, all right? This is about a guy where it's just like, okay, so you're going to provide and you can have the baby, then I might as well be a fucking wooden Indian over here holding cigars because I'm useless. You know what I mean? Come on, ladies, you know the deal. Don't you want to feel like you're needed? You know? I mean, Jesus Christ, this guy at this point, he's a fucking Kardashian. His job is just to stand there and look good. So anyways, he says, I'm a well-traveled guy without a college degree and an ambition larger than the job market, but I'm happy. Well, there you go, dude. You won. You won. You didn't waste all your money going to college. You know, I think, you know, if you major as a bioscientist, but what the fuck is she going to do? Huh? Help some corporation come up with some bugs they can spray on some poor people so they can get the oil in the ground? You know? Like, how do you go into scientific arena and it doesn't end up being something evil? You know? If you guys hear that disgusting sound in the background, it's my dog licking her paws. She hurt her foot. We got this goddamn cage that's made out of like fucking plutonium that was supposed to be pit bull proof. She's such a fucking maniac. It's like if we just leave her alone in the house, she freaks out because she has separation anxiety because some douche beat her and left her by a river, right? So if we leave her alone in here, she tries to claw out of the house, and at this point she could because there's so many fucking holes in it. All right? So we were told to get like one of these little, they call them casas. It's a fucking cage. You put them in a cage. Now they don't feel overwhelmed that they have to protect the whole house. It's just this little area. This thing, I swear to God, it's made out of like rebar or something. The other day, she ripped a fucking one of the bars off. And this is what I love. She buried it under her bed. You know, like she's Tim Robbins in Shawshank, slowly digging a hole. And he's got the Marilyn Monroe fucking, whatever poster it was, Rita Hayworth. So whatever, she's over there licking her wounds. It's funny as hell. I literally carry her down the street, let her go to the bathroom, and then I bring her back, and then I take out the little fucking, looks like an oxy pad, like she has acne, and I have to wipe down her paw. It's getting better if everybody feels bad. She's fine. She's a pit bull. Fucking maniac. She so gets into the goal. I'm gonna get out of here. Chipping teeth and shit. She's nuts. Fucking nuts. But I swear to God, her work ethic is incredible. She plays hurt, you know, just like Jordan. Anyways, where am I here? He said, I do love this girl, but I don't want to find myself 3 years down the road getting dumped for not being her financial equal. I'm pretty successful with the ladies, so it's not like I can't find another female who I can connect with and lead a happy middle-class life. She has a passion for goats. She wants a farm, and I can really see enjoying the farm life. No more shitty boss. No more shitty asshole customer bullshit, growing food, learning trades, carving out my own way. I've talked to her about the money thing, and she responded by saying, why would you worry about that? Well, dude, that was going to be my advice. Just say that. You know, tell her. And she says she's not worried about it. Yeah, until she gets fucking laid off and you're over there whittling in the corner. He said, money is such a small priority to me. I don't care how much you make as long as you contribute. Me making so much money doesn't mean I'll have more money, just more goats. Hey, Cleo, knock it off. which I know she truly means right now. But right now, she isn't making $100,000 a year, living with some schmo who's grinding it out for an hourly wage. Life takes you places you don't expect, so she may shelf the farm life for a legitimate career, doing whatever she decides, which would leave me pretty much incapable of contributing a solid share towards the standard of life that she is capable of living. Oh, if you guys leave your hypothetical farm, okay. I would have left already, but I don't want to prematurely fuck up a great thing just because I'm insecure. Well, that's, something that's very perceptive. Dude, you're not that bad, man. You analyze yourself, you see how you're fucking things up, and you know what makes you happy. You're in a great place right now. Anyways, she's crazy about me, and I'm pretty crazy about her, but I am a realist, and logic tells me that I'm potentially just a stepping stone in her very successful future. Look, dude, if she's fucking crazy about you and you're saying you're pretty crazy about her, if you weren't so insecure, I think you'd be crazy about her too. You want to ride this one out. All right? And look, there's that lady with the fucking Cheesecake Factory. Her husband, and I guess her husband's an architect. He did design the house. All right, that was a bad example. Listen, dude. I don't know, man. Well, here's one for you. What if this relationship would have worked out, but your insecurity, you kicked it to the curb, and then fucking, 15 years later, you're in your late 30s, just broke up with somebody else, drinking the local IPA, just going like, I should have stayed with. I had this beauty back in the day. Fuck that. If you got a beautiful girl and she's crazy about you and you're crazy about her and she's going to make a great fucking living. Like, dude, women are way more forgiving of that. Look, if you get yourself like one of these fucking plastic surgery-faced whores from these reality shows, yeah, that's going to be an issue. But, as I think women, they're very forgiving. As long as you're working towards something and you're a happy guy, I don't know, when you're dating, it's very hard to find somebody that's happy. And you come home and they're in a good mood and they want to do some fun stuff. That's kind of way more important than making a fuckload of money, believe it or not. I mean, once you can pay your bills and you can eat, more money doesn't necessarily make you happier beyond a certain point. And I know a lot of people just rolled their fucking eyes, but I'm just saying, I don't know. That's also a whole other conversation about how to use money so you're not imprisoning yourself. I mean, a lot of fucking people, more money. That dumb song or that dumb analogy, more money, more problems? Yeah, because you're going down to the fucking titty bar with money hanging out of your pocket, dumping Cristal all over a rug in front of people who work in cubicles or hustle on a fucking corner, And that's how you end up having lawsuits. I mean, you make a fuckload of money, eventually you're going to have a lawsuit or something. But, more titty bars, more problems. Is really what it is. Like, if you make you don't have to make that fucking much money. If you go out and you buy a house that you can afford, and I don't mean the mortgage, if you can afford to kick the shit out of the principal, that's the way to go. Even then, they can still fuck with you. It's so goddamn evil. The whole fucking thing is evil. I don't know. Well, geez, that was uplifting, wasn't it? I don't know, sir. If you have some sort of a fucking dream, I would if you're making steps every day, working towards that, okay, and she's the person you're saying she is, she's not gonna have a problem with you. All right, don't fuck it up. Stay in it. All right, open your heart, find love, buddy. All right, okay. Custody issue in Norway. Bill, I'm a guy from Norway, 23 years old, and have 2 children. Oh yeah, they already 5'10". Everybody over there is like fucking 6'9". Excuse my writing if it's wrong. No, it's not, dude. Your writing is incredible. You're writing in a second language, and I'm willing to guess that you probably know a little Swedish. And I know that you guys can come. No, I think Norwegian was the different one. I think Norway and Denmark, they can understand each other, and then Norway, it gets a little funky. But whatever. I'm sure if you're already bilingual, you're probably trilingual. So I'm amazed at that. So here we go. I'm not writing into any fucking Norwegian podcast in Norwegian, okay? You win, sir. All right. My problem is that my ex has, Jesus Christ, dude, you have lived a life. 23, 2 kids, my ex-wife.
Jesus Christ.
My problem is my ex has my 2 children away from me. We had an agreement that we would have them 50-50. Oral agreement. Oh, Jesus Christ. After a little while, I lost my job because the company had a rough time with the economy. Now, wait a minute. I thought your guys' economy was great over there because you had all the oil. Anyways. He goes, so they had to cut some cunts out from the firm. So now I live on the money that I get from welfare until I get a new job. Tough marked in Norway now. Too many immigrants taking our jobs. Yeah, you know who their immigrants are? The Swedes. Look at me. I'm fucking well-traveled. I know what goes on in the world. I got something to add. Anyways, my income is a little bit lower than it was before, and now I'm struggling paying our debt from the time we lived together. As a result of that, she says I can't see my children before I can pay my debt. Oh, my God. What a fucking cunt. Wow, dude. You know something? That detail right there, I see why you got a divorce. First of all, congratulations for getting away from that woman. Just kicking you when you're down. You know, or maybe she's bitter from the divorce, but good Lord. Anyways, he says to me she's punishing the children by not letting them see their father because I lost my job. Don't you agree? Absolutely. Absolutely. That is 100% fucking selfish. She's using the children as punishment and reward like they're cookies. They're human beings and they need to see their dad. And, you know, I imagine at 23, I'm willing to bet that they're still pretty young. So they're at a critical point of their psychological development where they need a father there as long as a mother. Jesus, where the fuck did I pull that one from? You'd think I had kids. Anyways, he says this has nothing to do with the children whatsoever. This is a problem between her and me. But that's not the worst part. This fucking lady is now claiming child support. She takes the children away from me, although I am fully capable of having them. I give them shelter, food, clothes, you name it. But still, she takes them away and fucking claims child support from me because I have problems paying out some debt we had when we were still together. How in the world can I pay child support when I have a hard time paying our debt? You see, she's trying to rob me for my money and takes my children too. Fucking cunt. Absolutely. So I've talked to my lawyer and I'm fucking going to court for this shit. You can try as much as you want to break me and fuck me up, but don't ever take my kids. Don't ever fuck with my kids. All right, I like this. I like this. He's going, it sounds like the beginning of a Stallone movie. You're a good man and you've been wronged. But instead of the movies, you can't take it in your own hands. You got to get a lawyer. All right. Would love it if you could read this in the podcast so everybody can hear it. More things need to come out in the media about this. Absolutely. Love your podcast. Please come to Norway soon and have some shows. Absolutely. I was actually talking to the people over. I've been talking to some people over there trying to put together some shows. It's been a little over a year since I've been there, so I got a whole new hour of stuff, and I absolutely love going over there. And this time when I go over, I think maybe I'm going to stop in Switzerland or France or Italy or something like that, maybe Spain on the way back, you know, have a great fucking time. But yeah, now more needs to come out about this. Like, look, I understand that she's upset. Maybe she feels like you didn't hold up your end of the bargain because you can't pay what you were paying. And she finally just said, fuck this. But, you know, the lesson here is you have to get stuff in writing. If you don't get it in writing, you're going to end up in the situation you're in. You probably still would end up going to court anyways, but at least you'd have a piece of paper that could back up your verbal agreement. So good luck to you, sir. I'm sorry you're going through that. And I don't know. Is there any way to sit down with her and just say, listen, I understand that you're upset with me. I understand, you know, that me getting laid off is hurting us financially, but like we can't, you know, we can't use the kids. We have to do what's best for the kids, and it's not good for them to not see their mother or their father. Jesus Christ. Hell hath no fury. Granola, bitches. Bilbo Bergens. My wifey has gone granola like a mofo. Since we got married and she's discovered all natural makeups and hair treatments, she has started washing her hair with baking soda and oils, leaving her hair stringy and ratty, but according to her, feeling good. Oh, Jesus. Also, she stopped shaving her legs, plucking her eyebrows. She doesn't brush her teeth at night and only showers every other day because she says it's all good for her skin. She's not a fatty and is a great person, but when it comes time to throw down in the boudoir, she smells like a sweaty hobo, and it makes me grit my teeth. Oh, yeah, dude. He says, I'm certainly not a Kong dong, but she always gets worn out from sex and doesn't recover for days. This guy's fucking hilarious. A Kong dong. All right, needless to say, even after I tell her she smells crazy, she still does all of this. Oh, so you're telling her that she smells like a fucking... a hobo. I love hobo. Hobo's so much better than homeless guy. Hobo, it's like you smell like fucking the Depression. You know, you smell like the Dust Bowl. I'm on the verge of freaking out and going strictly all hand or leaving her over it. Not sure what to do, and I'm sure you can't cure it, but any feedback would be great. Pine away and go fuck yourself. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, this is what I would do. The next time she wants to have sex, I'd say, hang on a second. No, first, this is what I do. First thing I would do, I would go down to the hardware store, and I would buy as many garden hoses as you needed to connect together from the side of the house. All right? Or maybe, no, that's going to cost you too much money to make your point. The next time she wants to throw down, just somehow get her outside and say, yeah, hang on a second, and just fucking turn the hose on her. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. This is a deal breaker. You got to be like, lady, you smell like fucking 2000 BC. I might as well be fucking you in a cave with a woolly mammoth BVDs on. You smell like you should be holding a spear. How else do I put this? You know? You should be squatting down, banging a rock on some berries. That's what you smell. Your pussy smells prehistoric. Even back in the day, I'm sure, you know, even if I smelled the way I smelled, chasing a saber-toothed tiger across the fucking plains, you know, if you smelled like this, I would drag you down to some prehistoric river and dunk you in there like 5 fucking times before I bent you over a rock. I'm trying to tell you, you fucking smell. Dude, that's like disgusting. And as bad as guys can smell, at least our shit can get a little breeze on it. You know? You know what a woman's stinky pussy's like? It's like hockey stuff. It's zipped up in that fucking bag, and when she unzips it, you can smell it from across the room. All right? A guy's fucking smelly junk, I mean, that's like old fruit on the table. Flies buzzing around it and shit. It's still disgusting. But you know what I mean? It's not as fucking bad. Look, what's going to smell worse? A dead body laying on the side of the street or one locked in the trunk? All right? Have I made my fucking point? Hose it down. Hose it fucking down. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It's just, you know what I would do? I would just say, listen, I'm not having sex with you until you wash yourself properly. Okay? They make all kinds of all-natural soaps. There's no excuse for the way you smell right now. You are a fucking train wreck. Jesus Christ, why don't you just start shooting drugs while you're at it to add another level of skeeviness to this? Come here, let me show you something. Look at my dick. You see what it's doing? You see what it's doing right now? It's not finding the floors fascinating. Okay? It's depressed right now. That's why it appears to be looking at the fine grain of our hardwood floors. Look at my dick. Look at it. That's what you do to me. All right? Dude, I don't know what to tell you. You got to tell her to fucking wash her goddamn ass. You know, I would just get I would get really passive aggressive. I would get one of those little spray bottles, and I would have some perfume in there, and not the all natural kind either. No, you know what? You got to be obnoxious. You got to get the old school one that has that little pumper on it, and just anytime, and don't spray it on her. Just anytime she walks by, just spray it. And when she looks at you, just be like, you smell horribly. And that smell is getting on the love that I have for you. And every day it's like, you know what? My love, if you could draw it, looks like the roof on Bill Burr's house. All right, stripper oil. Hey man, basically I was in a strip club and rubbed some oil on the strippers. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I hope you were dressed like Walter White when you did it. He goes, my girlfriend knew I was going and was totally cool about it. When I let it slip that I rubbed oil on them, she went crazy. Said it was the same as cheating and she can never trust me again. It's clearly not the same as cheating, but she won't listen to me. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. This is what you have to understand. You know, when I understand what she's saying. Like, look, if your girl was going to go see the fucking Ding Dong Review, whatever the fuck, the Chippendales, right? Okay? And they were just fucking up there shaking their dicks on the stage and everything. They're all going, woo, ow, fucking freaking out, whatever the fuck it is they do. Okay? You could probably get past that. But what if she put some oil on her hand and started grabbing his fucking taut little butt cheek there? Or even worse, fucking grabbed his dick, gave it a little up down, huh? What would you say? It's not the same thing. There's a bunch of people watching. There's nothing intimate. It's fucking silly. You would definitely have a problem with that. This is what I would say to her. I would say, listen, I want to apologize for my behavior. I wasn't clear where the line was. And just say that. I actually put myself in your position. If you went to a male review and did what I did, I would be offended too. I apologize. What can I do to make it up to you? Just totally put it on yourself. I understand what you're saying, that it's not cheating, but it is. You're putting your hand, you got oiled up hands. It's bad enough you're putting your hands on some other girl's ass. Your hands are all oiled up. But you can tell, in defense of you, you can say, listen, I so didn't think that it was cheating that I told you that I did it. You know, which is probably bad. Had I known I was cheating, then I would have lied and said I didn't do it. Nah, don't listen to me. I'm a fucking moron. But there was something worth listening to in there, wasn't there? At some point. Oh, Jesus, an hour and 3 fucking minutes in. Well, this was a fun-ass podcast for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Real quick before I get out of here, if you would like to donate to the wonderful Monday Morning Podcast, it's a very simple thing you can do. You go to BillBurr.com. You click on the podcast page, and you'll see an Amazon banner ad, and you just click on that. It's basically anytime you want to buy something on Amazon.com, there's a way that you can go to Amazon.com and donate to this podcast. Go to BillBurr.com, click on the MM podcast page, click on the banner ad, and then you go right to Amazon. All right, and nothing costs you anymore. They're just paying me because I'm driving traffic to their site. They kick me a little bit of money, and then I take a percentage of that, and I kick it over to the Wounded Warriors Project. So not only are you supporting me, you're supporting the troops. Okay? It is a win-win. So that's it. That's the podcast for this week. I'm trying to see if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. I think that was pretty much it. I want to thank everybody, by the way. These were exceptionally great crowds this weekend in Indianapolis, and Minneapolis is just a whole other level. Like, I've heard forever that they're one of the great comedy crowds out there, and I could never get booked at their comedy club out there. They just had so many great comics wanted to play there, and I wasn't high enough on the ladder, so I never got to do a club date. I did a bunch of college dates, Duluth, you know, and all these other fucking places. I went to the Mall of America and I rode the roller coaster by myself, just to explore that level of loneliness. I've been to Minnesota. I've been to a Vikings game when Randy Moss was still there. I went to a Twins game at the Homer Dome when they played, when Cal Ripken was still playing. All right? I went to a Wild game. I went to the Target Center and I saw the fucking Timberwolves when Kevin Garnett was still playing there. I have been to Minnesota. But I never got to perform in front of adults. It was always young adults. It was always doing college gigs. And I used to love doing that shit out there. Like when there was times like you'd fly into the city and then you had the option of jumping on a smaller plane. Like, you know, if you land in Omaha and then flying out to Grand Junction or flying out to fucking... God, I used to know the names of these obscure places that I went to. I used to do this gig every other year up at the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and I used to always drive it. I'd fly into Detroit or into Chicago, depending on what part of the peninsula was on, and I drove it because I wanted to see what it looked like, you know? And I know a lot of people are like, you know, there's not a lot to see out there. It's still fucking awesome when you get a perspective of how fucking big this country is and how many people were... How many animals? I can't imagine what it used to look like before the white man came and fucked it all up. All the herds of buffalo and all that type. I'm into that type of shit, you know? All the Native Americans, what the fuck they were doing, you know? Although I don't buy 100% that Native Americans were just, you know, just because white people fucking committed genocide that they're automatically these saints, you know? Like there was no Native American date rapist dragging some woman into his teepee, you know? There had to have been some of them that were scumbags. I mean, they're human beings, right? Some of us are good, some of us are bad, you know? Look at them now. They're all in gambling. That's a piece of shit industry. What the fuck I'm talking about. All right, that's the podcast for this week. Go fuck yourselves. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, coming up, by the way, y'all live down the dirty South? Would you like to come out and see Bill Burr? That crazy motherfucker. He going to be coming down our way. A couple weeks, I got my Dirty South tour. All right? I'm going to be, where the fuck are the dates? There they are. April 9th, I'm going to be in Georgia. Whoa, Georgia. Georgia Theater in Athens, Georgia. With Paul, dude, I called it Verzi, and Jason Lawhead. And if you're lucky... If you call out, maybe Jason will do his fucking Reggie Jackson. He'll do his Reggie Jackson. He's got to do it for somebody on that tour. You got to see his fucking Reggie. It's amazing. Or his Dave Parker. If you're an old baseball, his Willie McGee. He's going to kill me because you guys are going to be yelling that shit out instead of listening to his fucking act. Do me a favor. Wait till he gets towards the end. Then I'm going to be doing the Comedy Club at the Stardome in Hoover, Alabama. Then I'm at the Charleston Music Hall, Charleston, South Carolina. Then I'm doing 2 shows at the Tabernacle in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. All right, Georgia on the 9th, Alabama on the 10th, Charleston, South Carolina on the 11th, Atlanta, Georgia on the 12th. Here's my life. On the 8th, I'm going to the NCAA final game. And on the 13th, I'm going to the Masters. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. All right? There you go. There's your motivation for the week. Go after your dream, man. Get out of that cubicle. And then the following week, the Southern Tour continues. When I go into the shadiest state in the Union other than Alaska, I go to Florida. Monday, April 15th, I'm at the Tampa Improv for 2 shows. The 16th, I got a college date. I believe that's closed to the public. Florida State University. I'll have to figure that out. And then on the 17th, I'm at the Jackie Gleason Theater in Miami, Florida. And I can't wait to do these dates. That's going to be a run of 10 shows over like 9 days or some shit. Is that what it is? What's 9? 8 days. Over 8 days. Oh, my God, it's going to be phenomenal. I have the hard copy version of my new special. Pretty soon we will be selling that up here on the website. That is it. Go fuck yourselves. That's the podcast for this week. I will talk to you guys a little later. I'll talk to you next week. Please keep the emails coming. I'll see you.